Well, the government shutdown is having an effect on people trying to buy a home. Shivani Peterson with All Western Mortgages here. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, of course.
You're a lender. What kind of problems are you seeing people face?
Well, the biggest one is USDA loans. So buyers who are trying to buy in a rural area and put zero down, we can't close on a USDA loan at all during the government shutdown. And it being a zero down program, these buyers really needed that specific one. There's not a lot of other programs we can put them into, so they're kind of just on hold at the moment.
So what are you telling them then?
Well,
wait?
We do have to just wait, buy an interest rate extension. Sellers are being mostly understanding about it, depending on what their circumstances are. Every sector is figuring out how to operate during this government shutdown, and there are solutions that are getting put into place, like FEMA is issuing flood insurance policies again. The IRS is processing tax transcripts again, which is helpful, but the IRS is operating with only 12% of its staff. So there's no live assistance if you call in. So for our self-employed borrowers who are at the beginning of tax season, they have questions, and then keep in mind, this is the first tax season after a major tax reform. And there's no one to answer questions on if you're following the reform properly. If you have questions about filing your return, you call in and they just say live assistance is not available right now. So that's a major challenge too for a lot of borrowers, because we just need to manage their timelines and know that there could be delays with filing their tax return.
So what are you telling people then?
It's most important to just be in open lines of communication with your mortgage advisor, because like I said, we're putting together solutions, we're getting funding exceptions to close loans without certain verifications that we normally would have. And then for self-employed borrowers specifically, you just need to know that your mortgage advisor has a solution in place. So I have plans in place for each one of my self-employed borrowers who are in escrow, because we may not be able to close on time, but I definitely don't want them to lose their house.
What about people who are government employees who may not be getting a paycheck right now and they own a home, they can't make a payment? What do they do?
Federal employees are a huge point of concern right now. Zillow estimated that federal employees who haven't gotten paid this month are responsible for $250 million of mortgage payments that are due right now. And we're at the 16th of the month, so they're past their 15-day grace period. They do have until the 30th. You're not reported late on your mortgage or any payment to the credit bureaus until your 30 days past due. So we have a little bit more time in hopes that Washington will figure this out. And then in terms of late fees, it's going to go servicer by servicer, meaning bank by bank, whether they choose to waive the late fees for the federal employees who couldn't make their mortgage payment.
We're all just trying to figure this out. Any good news out there?
There is a tiny silver lining. So obviously when there's a government shutdown, that's not a great impact for the stock market. They don't rally as well. There's not as much confidence in the market. And when the stock market's not doing great, interest rates benefit a little bit. So interest rates have gone down a little. If you were thinking about doing a cash out refinance to maybe use equity in your home to pay off higher debts, higher interest rate debts, or invest in your retirement, now would be a good time to do that, because you can lock an interest rate during the government shutdown. That's one of the things you can do.
One thing you can do. Thank you, Shivani, for coming in.
Yeah.